Ready? 4, 3, 2, 1. Good evening, people.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. Welcome to House of Wolf. It's Podcast and Chill. House of Wolf Podcasting presents. The music's playing. I'm gonna leave it in longer. What happened? You stopped dancing. I was the only one dancing.
Yeah.
So.
For sure.
How's it going?
Good. Tired.
Yeah, I think that's adults are just constantly tired, and I think that's fine. I think that's what I feel like I have to break through even being tired.
Ugh.
Welcome to the show. Thank you for all of your continued views on TikTok and on YouTube.
Exciting.
It's fun. It's like I enjoy it. It's cool seeing the nice comments. I've been on YouTube for a long time. Well, not as a whatever you want to call me. I don't like to put a title on it because it's weird.
Don't.
But whatever I am, I haven't been this long. But I've been a viewer of YouTube. I did not understand what was really going on in these comment sections.
Nonsense.
People are crazy. It's like the Wild West in there. I don't even understand. They just say the most craziest things. Mm-hmm. But I don't take it to heart. They're just like, all right, whatever. That's your opinion. Cool. And then remove.
Yeah, seriously.
Because I don't want to. You know what? On the because I do a lot of stuff through the app. Mm-hmm. Unless I do something to the comment, like if I thumbs up or heart, it just stays there. So sometimes I have to, even if it's a comment I don't really care about, but I don't want to delete it. I'll thumbs up it so it'll disappear. Because if not, I have to just sit there and stare at it every time I open up the app.
Oh. So
today's all about opinions. Because we got them in stacks.
Oh,
especially
goodness.
This one.
Really?
E has opinions. So this is just another. We're always trying new. I'm always trying new formats. Everybody else is like, why are we doing all these things different all the time?
Yeah. So this is something a little bit different than the House of Wolf podcast presents. It's just a little.
It's a little bit of a change, and it might get integrated into some of my other shows. We're just testing stuff because we have the equipment and we could do these kind of things.
Yeah.
So, was there anything else? Thank you for that. I said the TikTok, and Instagram, and views and comments. Yeah, we're good, right? Okay, they're cleaned house.
And I'm in sweats and t-shirts.
Yeah,
so
this is the best way to podcast.
We chillin'.
The only thing that's missing is drinking, but so I sent. So there's I guess I'll just go in order of topics that I wanted to ask you about, and these are specifically towards you because you know what, you're a woman of the culture.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? She's in the gangster culture.
Oh.
Her name was La Baby E. Don't be calling it out in the streets because you might get an answer. Because you might get an answer.
Yes,
so I guess so. Let's start with some little ones, and then we'll get into like some bigger ones, and then we'll just see where it takes us.
Okay, we'll see if I know about this stuff.
Okay,
I don't even know.
So, one thing. For the first thing, she's a really big 90 Day Fiance fan.
Oh my gosh. I haven't watched it in a while though. So if it's the new stuff, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't even know if this is 90 Day or before the 90 Day.
Oh, I think I know where you're going, and I don't know about this.
So one of the guys, he got a girl from Russia. Okay. His name was Godfrey. Yeah, he went over there first and then brought her.
Yeah, I know.
Man, let me just play the clip.
I don't know how I'm gonna move past this.
90 Day Fiancé star Jeffrey Paschal sentenced to 18 years in prison without the possibility of parole after being convicted of kidnapping.
Just the beginning of that. Just like, oh Lord.
And he was a cool dude.
Yeah, he was really relaxed.
He was like, I love her.
The next thing I remember, he was beating me.
The sentencing comes after a jury found the 44-year-old guilty of aggravated kidnapping, domestic assault, and interference with emergency calls in October. According
chick, wasn't it?
I think so. He must not be with the girl anymore. Yeah, he must not be with that same girl.
Yeah, I think I remember.
Maybe that's the best friend.
He brought her over, she left, and then he had like the best friend or that chick there. It might be her. I don't know. It might be somebody different.
It's weird. We watched like a bunch of those, and he's not going to be on another season. I can tell you that. Yeah. He's out. Mm-hmm. How do you feel? How do you feel about
they're
locked up 90 days?
I mean, you know, it happens. I mean, there was the other one that was with that chick from Russia as well, right? And he went to jail for
the drug dealer.
Yeah, he went to jail for that. So, I mean, I'm not saying I agree with anything, but I'm just saying, like, shit happens. People are people, and
sometimes
sucks, you know?
You kidnap somebody that you love. I
mean, I don't know the details, but it could just be like they were in the car together, and she was like, "Let me out,"
he
said, "No, don't jump," or like, "Stay in the car," or whatever, and it turned into kidnapping. I don't know the story, but yeah, it sucks to be him. Sucks to be him.
It's just
domestic violence is bad. Children, don't do it.
So there's more domestic violence on the platter for today.
Nice.
But first, before we get to our second dose of domestic violence, there's a trailer. I don't think I can legally play the whole thing, but I'm gonna just play a little bit, so you could see.
Life without cameras was a big change for us.
Boo.
I think it's time to see a whole new side of the family.
What?
Do you know what this is?
No.
So how does it feel to be back?
So the Kardashians must have got a giant check to leave the E Network, which was I think primarily all their content.
Yeah.
And they are going on to Hulu.
To do what?
To do a Kardashian. It's just called the Kardashians.
Oh my!
It's not keeping up with the Kardashians. They're changing their branding.
I heard something about that, about them having a new show.
Yeah.
And then that's why they're having this whole thing with Kanye.
Oh, that's from. She was on Ellen today.
I saw that pop up about. She's talking about her new relationship or whatever, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, there's enough. There's so okay. So. Which way are you gonna go? Okay, we're gonna go straight into domestic violence because, like, this whole thing with her and Kanye, she's been quiet literally this whole time until now. I think because her show's gonna come out, so she has to do press. Like, she can't not do press. Like, what do you like? Just from the outside looking in, obviously, because we don't really know them.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about the whole situation? Because it seems super domestic violence-y, and only because they're rich, they're allowed to get away with it.
Yeah. I would say, first of all, divorce is ugly. And two people that are in that situation think that they want that, and then when it happens and you don't have control of the situation on either side, it's ugly, and it causes you to do things you would never do, say things you would never say, and feel things you've never felt. You know, on her side, obviously, I think she has, as a female and as a woman, she has more of the control because that's just the way it is with children. But also, as far as like status and money, she has more of the control as well. Not to say he doesn't have those things, but she has more backup.
Yeah.
And
she has way more back. And she hired a really good divorce lawyer. I can't remember. He did a bunch of other high profile divorce cases.
Yeah. But I would say the things that they're going through, or that Kanye is talking about, are very common in relationships.
When he was talking about like, you're not going to keep me from my kids, and that's a real thing, because that's a real thing.
It is, and
not that I'm saying she's being malicious or anything. I don't know, but I'm just saying that is a real thing.
Yeah, I would say, you know, if a father, a dad, or a mom, in some cases, are going through divorce, and they're being they're having to struggle with the kids and all that stuff, it's very relatable.
Yeah.
And it's very relatable, and the only thing that I think is that other people who are going through it, I hope they can see some of themselves and some of the struggles that even somebody with so much money and so much power and so much influence, that they're going through the same thing too. You know, that it is a struggle, and it is hard, and you know, you have to have the right support intact, otherwise you free fall. And he is reaching out for help. He wants the support. He wants the backup
for
because
sure
he
wants
doesn't
attention.
have it. I don't know. Okay, when you say attention, I think he wants attention brought to the situation. I don't know that as a person he wants attention. If, I don't know. I think he's a narcissist, period. I like him, but I think he's a narcissist. And, as far as attention, I don't know if everything was going smoothly. I don't know if that would be the case. It may or may not be. Mm-hmm. But I just also feel like, I have brothers, and they've been through some stuff. And I would say, I just hope that in the midst of whatever their turmoil is, that somebody out there can see that they're not the only ones going through this, and that, that other people are going through it. And, because normal people sometimes think that people who have money, have all this, have all that, don't deal with these things. And that's just the furthest thing.
I for sure think Kanye didn't think he was going to deal with these things. I think he thought with his status and money, when they were going to go to divorce, it was going to be a way different situation. I think he got into his feelings or his whatever disorder he has in court, and it did not work out for him at all.
Yeah.
I think that he didn't understand. And I don't know, maybe no one warned him. Maybe no one warned him that that's it. Especially he lives in California, guys. California, it's pretty rough.
I think that initially, I don't know the whole situation, but I think initially he's the one who sort of pushed for the divorce. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, when he realized that it's going to be hard and he's not going to be able to walk in and get the kids when he wants, and there's going to be times when things don't work out and you're not able to see your kids when you want. And when those things took place, then he no longer, I think he realized, like, oh crap, what did I do? I want my family back. Well, yeah, it's easier to be, sometimes it is easier to be in a dysfunctional situation in order to have your kids with you there at all times. But, at this point, because she's already made up her mind now, they're just going to have to push through it.
How many steps do you think he's away from stalking, or it's being, like, I don't know, vocal domestic violence, or like how close to that line do you think he already is? Because he's been berating him for at least 30 days.
We don't see what she's saying or doing, but I would say he's probably at that stage already.
Well, she's smarter. She's smarter not to. For somebody who publicizes almost their entire life since the sex tape, like, she's been weirdly quiet. It's weird to hear nothing from a Kardashian for 30 days.
Yeah.
Did you see the, I don't know if it really was him, but the Pete Davidson text messages?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if it really was him. It was a weird thing. That was his picture that got sent, but that whole thing was really weird.
But from somebody on the other side who is the boyfriend, who, sees his female going through a whole bunch of BS from the ex, it would get to a point where you're just sick of it. Mm-hmm. And unless she says, dude, don't do that, like, it's not worth it, stop, it does get old to have to see your significant other going through a whole bunch of BS for no reason. Like, it can get old where you're just like, okay, I'm not dealing with this anymore, I have to confront this dude. So it's a possibility, but I don't know. It's
fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad to watch it all, unfold, and it's sad that they have to go through this. And
it definitely shouldn't be rolled out like a spectacle in front of all of us. Like, yeah. I feel like that's the worst way for you to be handling all this.
It's a tense situation because you see, he's going through this and he publicizes it, and then somebody else responds, and then this person is saying, hey, get on your meds, like, control what you're doing, but it doesn't dismiss the fact that he probably is going through these things. Mm-hmm. And on the other hand, she's probably trying to shield the kids away from as much of it as possible, and it's probably difficult for everybody involved, but just to watch it unfold is like, ooh, a little cringe.
Yeah.
It's a little cringe, but also it's so real. Like, there's a lot of people going through it. There's a lot of people going through it.
Yeah,
so.
well, I'd seen one of the things he went off of. We'll get past this because there's another Kardashian thing I gotta ask you about. But like he didn't want his daughter on TikTok.
Yeah.
That was like a big contention point, and I guess she didn't care.
Yeah.
And that was it. And that's like a control thing. You can't control what your kid does at your your ex's house. Yeah, that's just not how it works.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the case. I mean, you know, she's used to being in front of the camera, and her kids are going to be in front of the camera. Like that's just what it's going to be.
They're 2 generations. Well, I don't know how if Robert Kardashian was born rich or not, but they're multiple generations into wealth. So those kids.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be in the limelight. You know, if he wanted to keep them out, then, I mean, there's certain things that if you want control over, then you got to make it work in the relationship in order to maintain that control. Because without being in that relationship and negotiating those things in a relationship, it's just not going to happen. Like you said, you can't control what the kid does at mom's house or at dad's house. You can try and you can put up boundaries and, you know, all of the above, but unless it's a safety concern, it's not. It is what it is.
The kid has to be bleeding for
like
any like authoritative like government thing to do something.
Yeah, even
it has
that.
To be real dramatic.
Even that, like it has to be super dramatic, and it's unfortunate.
And of course, this isn't the only controversy happening with the Kardashian name while they're getting a new show. Okay, we won't play the whole thing because it's 6 minutes, but what this is a variety. It's Kim Kardashian business advice. Get off your fucking ass and work. It's from Variety. And she got a lot of shit.
My advice for women in business is you just have to do what you're actually passionate about, because if you don't have passion in it, it's not easy, regardless of how it looks. And I think people see things with instant gratification because of social media, that they think it just comes easy to people. It doesn't, especially if you want something long term.
I have the best advice for women in business. Get your fucking ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days.
That's so true.
You have to surround yourself with people that want to work. Have a good work environment where everyone loves what they do, because you have one life. No toxic work environments.
Oh my God.
And show up and do the work.
If you're the smartest person in that room, you got to go to another room. Like you don't, I want to be around really successful people because that's going to drive me to be successful.
So if you're a regular woman,
get
off your ass and get out of a toxic work environment and do what you love.
I work like 50-something hours a week.
Yeah,
so.
But get off your ass. That's what
I have to be on my ass when I work.
That's what the Kardashians are saying. They're saying get off your ass.
I think that for the people that do work, I don't think that that message was aimed towards them. But I would say the people that are on their ass, not working, and expect things handed to them, they should go to work. And it's just the messenger.
Yeah,
it's the messenger.
I think that's the consensus. Like, no one wants to hear advice from her.
She literally laid on her ass in order to be successful. So yeah.
Well, and her dad was he was a successful lawyer. Like
but that had nothing to do with.
It had nothing to do with her success. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't.
It's just
no, it's the messenger. I mean, it is. It is what it is, and it's unfortunate. Like, and that was a little harsh on her part. Like, I don't know.
It's funny when rich people tell you, like, you just need to work harder. That's why you're poor.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure based on like the engagements they have and the things they have to do, they probably do work a lot. But at the same time, if they choose not to go to work tomorrow, they're gonna be okay.
Influencer work is real work, okay? That's a plan on the sex work thing. Sex work is real work.
Unless you pretend like you're like an Instagram model or something and you're not getting paid for it.
I was watching a video and someone said that they were a cannabis influencer. I was all, okay, well, I'm excited that you're excited about your life.
But I really don't think she got paid for it.
I think that's it. Thank God the Kardashians haven't talked anymore this week. That was it. That was a lot.
But you know, it is going to be a lot, like, because of that show. Because it's.
You think it's going to be?
When is it coming out?
I don't know. I could. Wait. Don't listen. I'm sure it says it in the what's it called, April 14th.
Oh. Okay.
So we have another month. You think people are really gonna watch? It's gotten 10 million views, or
people are gonna definitely watch it.
I don't even think I didn't know people really watch Hulu like that. To be honest,
I mean, like so many of the things that they do are on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're still watching shows to watch it when you could just watch a clip.
When it's like literally every day is the show on Instagram.
Like I don't get it. But
are they really active on this? I don't have Instagram. Well, the show has an Instagram, but I'm not on it.
I don't know.
I don't know. I definitely aren't following them.
Yeah, I don't.
Does our Instagram follow them?
No.
Okay, good.
I don't think
that's not who we're really trying to go for. It's the Kardashians.
I mean, hey, if they want to.
Like, I guess if they want to shout us out, I guess.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think this is going to give them a raving review.
They're really used to hate. Their whole business is built on. They're not worried about my podcast talking crap about them. Okay, so something big happened. Well, big for some people. Mr. Juicy Smollett as Chappelle, whatever he called him. That was a great joke. But he got sentenced.
Yeah.
He's getting jail time.
Yeah.
And some black people are mad because they're saying that no one got hurt. But he did. But during the whole, I don't remember which shooting was like, or which riot or which thing was happening, but it was right around the time of all the Black Lives Matter stuff and all that. And he obviously made a false police report that white people beat him up. Mm-hmm. And so he was sentenced, and he had a nice outburst.
Yeah.
He couldn't go away quietly into the night.
No.
So I'm just going to play a little bit of it. He's an actor, so.
Okay. I'm not suicidal. Okay? I am not suicidal. I am innocent. And I am not suicidal. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this. And I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself. And you must all know that. I respect you, Your Honor.
Well, anyways, they put him in a mental institution.
Oh. That was that.
Yeah. I guess he thinks he's, what's the guy's name that had the island? He's Jeffrey Epstein. And they're just gonna get rid of him.
I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I don't understand how he thinks he's innocent. He definitely told everybody that Trump supporters beat him up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know where the innocent part is, but
I mean,
I don't.
If I thought that I was going to get killed in prison or in jail, I would probably let it be known too in front of a bunch of witnesses.
I don't know if he really thinks that or if he's just being like dramatic.
Yeah,
I mean, who wants to kill? No one wants to kill him. Everyone's just a little annoyed that he started a manhunt for people who didn't exist.
I mean, I know you say, black people were upset, but I also think some black people were like, what the hell are you doing, bro? Like, what are you doing?
I remember when it hit my household. First, one thing that happens when you're in a house full of black people and we hear this, we think about our own situations where things have happened to us. So instantly, we kind of agree, but then, like, the circumstances of his was so crazy.
Yeah.
And we're just like,
stories didn't match up.
And so I remember a lot of, like, I think a lot of stand-ups have hit it, but, like, a lot of us were a little reserved because we weren't really sure what was really going on.
Yeah, that's true. Reserved your opinion.
It wasn't because, like, for anything else, like, the social media outcry would be normally, like, crazy giant, and for his it was like a slow roll. We all kind of waited to see. We're like, all right, well, and then it's like, well, he's black and he's gay. Yeah. Are we gay bashing? Who's gay bashing?
Yeah, nobody.
I live in California, so I've been
that's
gay
true.
people
I mean,
forever.
I'm sure it happens, obviously, but yeah. No.
Like, and he was in Chicago. I don't know who cares. I think, like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that care. I'm sure he gets his own sort of hate, but yeah, not to warrant that response.
He's just being extra. But one of the things that, when stuff like this happens to people, there's always a question of, like, so he's going to serve his time.
Yeah.
Would you be upset if you seen him? He's not going to be. He's not going to be in anything ever again because nobody's going to want to work with him. But would you be upset if he was on a Netflix show, or if he was, I don't know, doing any type of work in his field?
No, I wouldn't be upset. I like you said, I don't think that anybody is going to want to work with him, because I think he's going to be very boastful when he is out in that situation.
Yeah, I think he got 18 months.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a little bit hard to work with. But we, as a society, not saying everybody, have forgiven a lot of people and have allowed them to come back to what they love and what they, love to do. And we've accepted them back in that situation. So, the bad part is he kind of, he had his role, and he was a good actor, but he was sort of new.
And he killed Empire. I liked Empire. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, he was sort of new still, so it's kind of like, well.
Oh, this just in.
Tell me.
This was from the 17th. Wait, it's tomorrow's news.
Okay.
Because it says March 17th at 1:48 a.m.
Well, maybe East Coast.
After receiving a 150-day sentence, Jussie Smollett was granted the opportunity to post bail and leave jail. His lawyers filed an appeal for his case. So he's back out.
Okay. Well, there you go. At least we know he won't get killed.
Yeah, no one's going to kill him in jail now because he's not there.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. It said he was a child actor. I didn't know he was a child actor.
I didn't know either.
I only know him from Empire.
Yeah, same.
And he was good there.
It's unfortunate, mental health is real. Get the help you need, even if you don't feel like you need it. And go talk to somebody about some crazy ideas you have. Need it. Everybody needs it.
Maybe one day my podcast will be big enough, one of them, and I'll get BetterHelp.
Oh my goodness!
I'll be a part of the BetterHelp. I'll advertise for them.
Yeah.
So I think this news is really only going to be specific for people who are like 26 and older, because these two people, I don't think they're as into the culture. I don't know. I guess okay. So Joe Budden and Nicki Minaj had an interview, which if you know anything about them, they have beef. She's screamed at him before. It's been always crazy. Then they had the most lukewarm, boring interview. I could not believe he was composed. People don't watch Joe Budden for his composure.
Yeah, he's crazy.
They like watch him yell at people. I was just listening today talk about that he loves the game, because the game went on that same show Kanye did, and they're like, he's gonna lie, and he's like, so I like that.
Oh my gosh, he's so crazy. I love him.
He's like, what's wrong with niggas?
I love him, and I would never want to be in a relationship with him, but he's
crazy. But like, he was like so boring, and they didn't really talk about anything that interesting.
Yeah, he agreed a lot with her.
Yeah, and I guess
he did say a few things here and there, but he did agree a lot.
Did you like? I guess she got writer's block. It hurts my heart to talk shit about Nicki, because I like Nicki. I grew up. I was in high school when the Young Money thing was really hitting, and her and Drake came out, and Wayne was like everything in the world, and he signed off on these two new people. So. Like, we all just accepted them. I caught that. I was in that way. So it sucks now to see her, and like her last album was super whack. It had all these dumb names. Like one of her singles was Megatron, and then the other single was Chung Lee, and it was just like, why are you calling? What is this?
What are you doing?
And then in this interview, she talks about that the whole album she tried to get New York beats because everyone's doing trap beats. But she wanted to not sound like anything else. Well, guess what? No one's listening.
It didn't work out. Yeah.
Go ahead. Oh, you have something.
I don't know. I just think that her her negativity and her hating on other artists just.
We're talking about Cardi B.
It just caused a lot of a lot of people to choose and pick sides. Me personally, I don't think you don't have to pin, two bad bitches against each other.
Yeah, I don't believe
you can
in that.
like both of them.
I think it's dumb.
Like, I can like tacos and burritos. I can like, tacos and tostadas. Like, it is what it is. But when one has to hate on the other in order to lift themselves up, then, and then especially when they're not doing anything, it's like, I don't know what.
Well, Nicki has this whole dumb thing about, they didn't have no respect. They're not respecting. I'm 10 years in the game. Like
I started the pink hair trend. Like, okay.
Everything she screams about is like, oh, we don't want your people who listen to your music don't want to hear that shit.
No. Mm-mm. If somebody is going to support you, they're going to support you, and they know what you started, and they know what you're doing. She's complaining that she didn't get her shine when she wore pink hair, and now other people are doing it and they're getting their shine because of it, and she's the one who started it. She was the one who set that trend.
Oh, she wore her hair. She did the slick back hair at the what's that thing called where they were the Met Gala. Mm-hmm. She had the long black hair, and she said, well, no one said anything, and then other people did it, and it became, then everybody was doing it, and I never got my shine. I don't think that's always how it works. I think sometimes a trendsetter doesn't say, hey, I set that trend.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And this is a stupid analogy, but I was a camp counselor at this
camp.
Yeah, it was camp, this outdoor camp. It's a week-long thing. And I remember one day I was hot, so I put my hair in 2 braids on the side, and everybody was like, oh, your hair looks cute. It was in the evening. The next morning, got up, all the kids got in lines, and these are, 6th graders. I'm in high school. All these kids had, not all of them, but
a majority,
60% had their hair in 2 braids on the side, little French braids on the side. And I looked out and I'm like, oh Lord, I think I just did this. And I was like, oh, I love your braids. Oh, I see what you did there. That looks so cute. Oh my gosh, you girls look so cute. And I was so happy, and I was so I was just a little proud mama. But I didn't announce like, hey guys, that came from me. I did that. I'm the one who set that trend. No, the girls came along. I took pictures with them. I think I have pictures of some of them and myself with the braids, and we all have the same hairdo. It was a cute moment. And I was just a little proud mama, like, oh my gosh, it's like, wow, somebody's watching. They're emulating, they're doing these things, like they're imitating me. And I was proud, but I didn't have to get credit for it. Yeah. I didn't need anybody to acknowledge that I did that. I didn't need for somebody to give me props because I did that. Like, it was cool. It was a fun moment. It was great. And then, we moved past it.
It wasn't your life. It was a moment.
But it also taught me, if you're having fun, you're doing your thing, people will watch, and they might try it too. And if they do, cool. But it doesn't mean you have to go around boasting about it or, bragging about it or saying, oh, I did that first. Like, so what?
That's not a dumb analogy. That was a perfect analogy for the situation. Do you think Beyonce is like, well, I started that? I feel like she gives 0 fucks. Dex, do me a favor, buddy. Don't knock down the camera. Okay.
He was a little worried too.
I know he stopped because, guys, I don't think this is right. For me, and I'm saying this as somebody who I still listen to some of her music. I like her new song with was it Lil Baby or whatever, one of the babies. She has that new song. I like it. She sounds like a loser.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Nikki.
Oh yeah.
She sounds like a loser. She sounds like someone who lost
Beyonce
about.
A minute ago.
I did. I said, do you think Beyonce cares about the fashion trends or the trends that she started?
Oh.
She don't give a fuck. She's offsetting new shit.
I've never once heard her talk about anything like that, or about anybody copying her or her not getting, no, I haven't heard
anything. She don't give a damn. She don't even do interviews anymore. Her and Jay don't even do interviews.
Yeah.
So but she sounds like a loser. She sounds like someone who lost the war and now is like, she went and, had real life. She went and got married to that dude who people don't like.
Yeah.
And then they had a kid. So she did that. And then now she's come back. Oh, I had writer's block and I had this. And come on, just make good music. I think that's the best thing you could do is just come back and just keep making good music.
And that's the thing, we were watching those mixes, and it's all these old school artists that they bring back to sing along.
What's his name?
I forget. Cassidy, DJ
Cassidy, yeah.
And they're amazing, and they're so much fun to watch. And you hear these these artists, and you're just like, oh my gosh, they're still amazing. They're so good, and it makes you like go back and listen to their music more, and it's so amazing. And it's the same thing with her. Like the talent is still there. She just has to start focusing on the right things if that's what she wants to do, and get back in the game and do it because she loves it, not because she's trying to
stop blaming the culture. Like in the interview, in the Joe Budden interview, like one of the things that that she kept going on about is we must celebrate Black women's influence. Mm-hmm. Like, is that really like where you're at, or is this like how you've regrouped your ideas and thoughts because it hasn't been working for you? Because if I look at culture is only celebrating Black women. Mm-hmm. How many? Okay, so if you look at since her feud with Cardi, right? Mm-hmm. Look how many Black female artists. Yeah, it has exploded in the hip hop game since that moment. So that's what 2018 maybe. Since then, there's so many big acts now that did not exist before. Yeah, like obviously Cardi, Megan, Doja. I don't know if City Girls are still doing anything, but there's a bunch.
Yeah, for sure.
They're all getting. I don't know. Every time I turn around, there's a cool hit song that is like crazy. That is kind of has WAP vibes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Erica Banks. There's a whole bunch of them. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that was a little. It was a little exclusive, and not inclusive for her to say, and
like they're not celebrating me as a Black woman. But as I'm talking.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what she felt like. And that's the thing, like, I know she has a podcast, and a lot of it is just a lot of negativity and hate, and not all of it, but, that kind of like, it starts eating away at you if you keep on in that way, and it takes away from your art and your creativity, because you're listening to so much of the hate that you're not able to focus on what you care about and what's important to you.
Yeah, who kind of went not exactly went through an arc like hers, and then came out the other end as a kind of a better artist and going for exactly who he knows wants to listen to him. T-Pain. T-Pain was fucking hot for 10 years. Then they all dropped him. Yeah, they thought he just uses autotune. Yeah, well, guess what? They're all using autotune.
Oh my goodness. So back in the day, I don't even remember when, it was years ago. I went to a concert, and he was one of the acts at the it was like a summer jam or something like this. And I heard him sing without autotune, and I was like, what the heck? I was floored. He's amazing. And this was years and years and years ago. I would say 2005 maybe.
Oh dang, yeah, that's early.
It was so long ago, and ever since that point, and he has so many hitters even at that point, and at that moment I was like, oh, this guy's got it. He can actually sing. So he had no auto-tune, and he was amazing. Yeah. And but yeah, people were talking smack, and I'm just like, why are they talking smack? They've never heard him sing. And then he did that
the Tiny Desk concert, and just exploded the internet. And I feel like I knew he could sing before then, but I used to actually listen to his whole albums, like the B-sides and everything, not just the 100 number one hits that he produced. He does play.
And the Tiny Desk thing, I think he was a little relatable as well, because he sang crazy good, but he also wasn't perfect, and he was turning and looking at the musician and just kind of going back and forth. Yes, he was going back and forth with him, and he was, like you said, vulnerable, open, and he's just like, oh man, I was nervous. It's the first time I've done anything like this, and that was a really cool moment.
He's kind of came back, and it's not the same way he was here before. He was a giant explosive artist. Everyone wanted to work with him. He does his YouTube, he does his Twitch, and he I've heard him talk about it. He makes music for his audience. Yeah. He knows exactly who his people are, and he makes music for them. And he made that song with I forget her name, Kalila or something like that. I think it's called Like That or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good song.
Oh, yeah.
It's very T-Pain. I mean, he even uses one of his old songs as it's that he samples off his own old song.
Nice.
It's just like, and he'll even say, I know exactly who I'm marketing to. Like, I'm marketing to my people. It's my people. And she should do that. I don't understand. She does so Nicki does the pop hits. And she's really big in, like, the LGBT community. And then she does her hip hop, and she can hit on freaking rap songs. It's ridiculous. Yeah, she can hit.
It's true.
It's just annoying. I just want her to be better.
Energy. Mm-hmm.
Just go do some bad bitch shit and go make some good ass music. And stop hating on everybody. She hated on the wrong one. I mean, who could have seen it coming? Cardi B was just a stripper, and she was on reality TV, and then all of a sudden she's like the top earner performer of like all time. Like you missed. This is the wrong one.
Yep.
But
sad.
Yeah, I don't even have to play the clip. I think we went all over.
Yeah.
It's just, and Joe Budden, come on, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
I know. Has he talked about the interview outside of the interview?
I didn't see. I watched like 2 different shows, and I didn't see him talk about it. But I didn't watch. His is like an hour and a half long or something like that. I didn't go through all of them.
That's gonna be where he actually.
Where he gets real.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he would have got real during that interview, but I'm pretty sure he had a list of shit he couldn't talk about and all this nonsense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah. I guess that's the last thing I have. Did you have anything for this evening? Do you have anything?
No, I don't think so.
She's only got opinions. Don't ask her.
Oh my goodness. I was not prepared with topics.
That's
you
okay.
said you had topics.
I did. I had a lot of topics.
Yeah.
Did you see Swoulette?
Oh my gosh.
So, please.
Leave
some comments. Tell us how you.
Oh
wait, I do have one last thing. I forgot. I do have one last thing before we end this. What was the profile name on Instagram that messaged us? Exotic something or?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember?
No.
So we got hit up in the DMs. I don't know if anybody looks at our comments, you would have seen him comment and he asked for some advice. So this is me giving the advice in front of everybody, not just on Instagram.
I was so nervous for this.
So his question, he told me he was starting a podcast and he was asking for some tips. So the tip is just do it, because only at this point, like we've been doing this since October. I think I have over 250 videos on YouTube now, and I feel like right now I've just understood kind of what I'm supposed to be doing.
Nobody knows what they're doing.
And technically, like if you've been with us for a while, the video quality was a lot worse. The audio quality sometimes would be buzzing for no reason, and I didn't even understand how to control it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Hey bro, I'm starting a podcast. So this is from Damien. Oh, I don't know if he wants me to say his full name. Sorry. Hey bro, I'm starting a podcast. I just wanted to see maybe if you're able to give me some tips and tricks, how you record your videos and what you use to edit. So our setup is very unique. I say that because I've spent many of hours on YouTube kind of researching before I even got started on the podcast, just to see like what I would need. And really, as long as you have your phone, you can just start with your phone. I would say just start posting on your phone, even if just using your phone as a recording device, and just start figuring out your rhythm, start figuring out how you want to structure your podcast, just start there, because it's always going to be expanding, and piecemeal your stuff together. I do all my editing, I do all my filming on my phone.
Don't spend a whole bunch of money before you even know if you like it.
And go XLR, don't go USB mics. when you start getting mics, because then with the USB you can only use like one mic per device. It's a whole mess. But our setup that we use now, we use I have a mixing board, which is has helped out so much because it gives me a lot of control over the audio. And she's about to fall asleep because this means nothing to her. And then I also have an audio interface. I run the board through, because the board by itself sounds a little tingy. I've used it before by itself and it wasn't. And then it's the Force, I forgot how to pronounce it.
Focus, right?
Focusrite, is that what it says?
Yeah.
Well, it's their 2-channel one, and it just gives the audio just like a lot of body and a lot of depth. But that is like that's like $300 already in devices. And if you're starting out and you're only going to do 2 people, you don't even need all this. I would say get like, so she has a little, her mic is hidden. It's right here.
Excuse you.
It's a little. That's your headphones. It's a lavalier mic. You can pick these up like $30 a piece. You can get a splitter for like a Type-C to hook them to your phone, a Type-C USB, and have a splitter for 2 inputs. And you can have 2 people talking, and it all syncs up to your phone. And then just use no, we're not doing ASMR tonight. And just use an editor on your phone. I use KinMaster. You have to pay for it. It's like a monthly charge. But just start shooting. That's what we had to do. We shot a lot of really shitty podcasts before we started doing anything that resembled something that I was like proud of.
The very first one that I didn't want to do, and you made me.
I made her do it, and then
I'm like, this is stupid. Why am I doing this?
You know, every time E doesn't want to do something, I force her to do it. So maybe you can help me, because I've been trying to get her to shoot another cut video. Her cut video is the highest viewed regular like video, like not counting my shorts, because the shorts have a weird algorithm. Sometimes they explode, but just a regular like 7-minute video is the highest one we've ever done. So people like it. And so but she's like, I don't want to do it, and then it blows up. And then she didn't want to do the podcast, and then the first week of doing the podcast, I think we got like 60 views, and people wanted it. One day we'll have to do an ASMR. I always talk about
ASMR, just like eat, like what do they call them? A mukbang?
You can't even eat that much.
I'm gonna eat.
You're gonna shoot off 3 bites. That would be the shortest mukbang video ever.
No, I can eat a lot of little bites.
You better have a good story.
Don't take me to a buffet, because I will not be worth the money.
Yeah, me neither. And I'm 6'2" and 500 pounds, and I still can't do that well in a buffet. But I hope that answered your question, bro. We're still starting out. We're chasing. We're close to 100 subscribers. You know, we're grinding. We're grassrooting this, getting a few subscribers at a time to hopefully actually have a good fan base. And that's what I really want. I don't really want a high subscribe rate and no one really watching. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Okay, let's go.
Huh? Oh, okay. It's time to go.
That was a lot. That was a lot for one question.
Okay. Well, that's my first good question. So
okay.
The other question was, hey, why are you ugly? So,
well, just like when people say, how are you so beautiful? I'm like, my parents. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't choose this.
My parents made me, so I don't know.
Your parents made you.
So
Jesus loves you.
Thank you for checking out our channel and this video.
Thank you.
Make sure. This is the studio dog is here. Check out the TikTok. It's getting updated with videos. Keep checking out the shorts. Keep checking out the videos. Keep giving us love. We really appreciate it.
Oh, he doesn't.
Now he doesn't want to. Now he doesn't want to be on camera. And
the pod dog doesn't want no part of us.
This is House of Wolf Podcasting. I'm Nate, and this is E. I didn't introduce her at the beginning, but you know who she is. And we'll see you next time.
Good night. Bye.
Adios.
Or good day. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good morning.
Good morning. Get your ass to work.
Oh yeah, get up and work.
Listen to Kim K. Get your ass to work. You better work.